Friends, welcome to the Knowledge Formation channel. I, Sheikh Muhammad Sabaudin, a teacher and student of physics. I am going to take online class on my subject, and today's topic is electrostatics part 3. So let's start. In part 2 and 1 of this video, I have already discussed up to point number 15. So today in part 3 we will continue with part with number 16, electric dipole in uniform electric field, 17, potential energy of an electric dipole in an electric field, 18, some important points to remember, and we will discuss some sums and I will give you a problem set. So let's start with point number 16, electric dipole in uniform electric field. So let us consider an electric dipole of length 2L placed in uniform electric field E. So the dipole makes an angle theta with the electric field E. So if we draw a triangle with this electric dipole, then this angle is theta, so this also becomes theta, and so the perpendicular side, this one, becomes 2L sine theta. So this is the picture what you are seeing beside in the book, and due to this electric field E, the force on this charge will be Q into E, and the force on this charge in the opposite direction, it will be also Q into E. So these two forces equal and opposite and not acting along the same line will constitute a couple. So there will be a torque on this dipole and it will start rotating. So this is the picture. Now let us discuss. So the value of torque on this dipole, tau, is equal to either force into perpendicular distance between the lines of action of the two forces. So the force is Q into E, we have already seen here. This is the force, and the perpendicular distance between them is 2L sine theta. So 2L sine theta, that means Q 2L E sine theta. Now we know dipole moment P is equal to 2QL. So 2QL is replaced by P. So tau is equal to PE sine theta, and we will see some special cases and the vector form of this expression also. When theta is equal to 90 degree, torque is maximum, that is tau equal to P. When theta is equal to 0 degree or 180 degree, then sine 0 or 180 degree is equal to 0, therefore tau equal to 0. That is unstable equilibrium. So torque is minimum. Now the torque in vector form, since tau equal to P sine theta, so we can write tau vector is equal to P cross E, cross product of dipole moment and electric field. So this is the picture. Now let us discuss point number 17, potential energy of an electric dipole in an electric field. We can see the expression of tau is equal to Pe sine theta. Now if this dipole rotates with an angle d theta, so due to force tau, so small work done dw is equal to tau into d theta. Now putting the expression for tau Pe sine theta d theta, we will get work done W is equal to 0 to W tau d theta. Let the initial position be theta 1 and final be theta 2. So putting the value of tau d theta, we get the expression This is the expression, and the final expression is W equal to minus P cos theta 2 minus cos theta 1. Let theta 1 is equal to 90 degree, which is zero energy position, and theta 2 is equal to theta, any arbitrary position. Then putting the value of theta 2 is equal to theta and theta 1 is equal to 90 degree, we get W equal to minus PE cos theta. Now the some special cases are also there. When theta is equal to 90 degree, W is equal to 0. When theta is equal to 0 degree, W equal to minus P, that is negative work done, minimum potential energy, that is equilibrium condition. In this case, dipole moment is P is parallel to E. And when theta is equal to 1 at 80 degree, that means P is anti-parallel to E. In that case, putting the value of cos 180 degree, we get W equal to plus PE, positive work done, so maximum potential energy. So this is the special cases. Now let us discuss point number 18, some important points to remember. So first point, distribution of charges on the surface of a conductor. Let us consider inside this one is the conductor, streamlined shape conductor. So when we give charge to it, the charge will be distributed around it, and we will see that just around at the tip point the charge accumulated will be maximum. So here the charge will be maximum. And similarly, in case of rectangular conductor, we see that when we give charge to it, then there will be charge distribution along its body, but at the tip corners, at the four tip corners, the charge distribution will be maximum. And in case of spherical body, the charge distribution will be uniform. Now let us discuss another important point, two charged balls suspended by means of two strings. So here in this picture we can see that two strings here are suspended from a rigid support. The two bodies have charge A, body A and body C have charge Q and Q, and they are acted upon by three forces: tension T in the string, weight of the body mg acting downwards, and electrostatic force of repulsion between the charges Fe. So all these three forces acting on a single body. Similarly, in this body also, on this body also there are three forces, and let this angle be theta. So in equilibrium we will see that the condition will be like this: the force divided by the distance along the direction of the force, Fe by AB, mg by OB, and T by OA. This is the condition of equilibrium for these two charged balls suspended by means of two strings. In the absence of gravity, when this gravity is absent, then Fe is only balanced by T. So electrostatic force is equal to the tension in the string. So this sums is very important for the competitive exams. So let us now discuss some sums. Let us discuss one sum. At each of the four vertices of a square of side 10 centimeter, there is a 20 ESU of charge. So this is the picture. 20 ESU of charge are there at the corners of a square, and the side of the square is 10 centimeter. Find the intensity of electric field at the point of intersection of the two diagonals. So we have to find out the electric field intensity at this point O. So we can see there the charges, as the charges are equal at each corner. So if we keep here a positive charge, unit positive charge, then it will experience an electric intensity of similar magnitude E along the four direction. So E along OC, E along OA, we can see cancel each other. Similarly, along E along OB and E along OD will cancel each other. So the net electric field intensity at the intersection of two diagonals of the square is 0. Now let us discuss another sum. Find the electric field intensity at the center of a semicircular arc of radius r and uniformly charged vitae charge q. we can see in the picture here there is a semicircular arc of radius r and center O. Let this be the diameter, and let us consider a small element dl subtended by an angle d theta, and let this angle be theta. So we can see that this is the semicircular arc having linear charge density lambda. So lambda is equal to, let the charge on the ring be q, it is already given in the question. So there the lambda is equal to q by charge per unit length, and the length of the arc is 2 pi r is the length of the total circle. So this will be semicircular, so it will be 2 pi r by 2 means pi r. So this is the charge per unit length. So what will the charge in the element dl? In the element the total charge will be this lambda into dl, charge per unit length into this length of the arc. So it will be q by pi r into dl. So this is the picture. Now we can see that the electric field due to the charge on this element dl is dE, which is at an angle theta, vertically opposite. So there are two components, this in this direction and in this direction. This is dE cos theta along x axis, and this is dE sin theta along y axis. But we can see that for the whole arc this d cos theta component will cancel each other, because here also we will get d cos theta for all the components. The d cos theta elements will be cancelled. Only the component left is d sin theta. So we will integrate d sin theta over the whole arc, which is the value of theta will be from 0 to 180 degree pi. So we can see in this picture that lambda is equal to q by pi r, the charge on the small part of dl of the wire, dq equal to lambda into dl, q by pi r into dl, and then we will find out that total electric field intensity at O due to small element dl is equal to dE equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 r dq by r square. Putting the value of dq here, we have seen that in place of dl we can write r d theta, so the expression becomes this, and finally d cos theta component cancels and only d sin theta component remains here. So we will integrate over d sin theta from 0 to pi, because theta runs from 0 to pi. So final expression of this is here. So this is the solution, which is very important sums for both HS and competitive exams. Now let us give you question sheet of electrostatics. Here are the questions. Question number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Question number 6. The answers are also given there. You can solve it out and find out the answers. Your concept will be cleared. More sums you will do, your concept will be clear. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and this is question number 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and last 17. So please do the sums, and I will come out with the next video after some time. It will be on electric potential. So please subscribe the channel so that you are informed of the next video, and you can write your questions or queries in the comment section. So thank you.